Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you all are having a fantastic morning, evening, afternoon, whenever you're watching this video. In this video, I'm just going to go over all the units that you can pick in the comeback banner. Now, I am recording this on my actual laptop instead of my phone, but the reason I don't record on my laptop is because my laptop is like outdated, so hopefully I can get a new one sometime soon. But yeah, we'll be going over all the units that you can pick on the 10th step, because tomorrow, if you've been logging in consecutively, is the last day for this comeback banner or homecoming banner, whatever you want to call it. But before we do that, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 4,000 subscribers. Also, be sure to leave a like. Today's like goal is 100 likes again. You guys killed it on the last one, so hopefully we can do the same on this video, which I'm sure we can. But enough wasting your time. Let's just go ahead and let's get straight into the video. So in this video, we're going to be going over all of the units that you can pick on the 10th step of the homecoming comeback banner, whatever you want to call it. So these units aren't really the craziest units, right? They're all pretty much starter units. I don't know if you want to count Green Lilia and Green Valencia as starter units, but pretty much most of these units on here are starter units. Now, there are some good units still, like Red Arthur is really good, Blue Slater is still really good. Green Valencia and Green Lilia, not so much, but they can still be useful. Hellbrim's really good in the guild boss if you don't have Easton. You also have Red Hauser, who's a good farming unit. Green Grammore pretty much sucks. Blue Hendrickson, same thing. He pretty much sucks as well. Red Gill can be useful in some scenarios, but like not like crazy, but he still can be used in some scenarios. Green Jericho is absolutely amazing. She's probably the best out of the entire batch of characters that you can pick, in all honesty, just because she has really good skill set. She has really good costumes. She's just really useful all around, right? And Red Gill is not that good, but if you manage to pull these units on the step ups, like on the step up multis, good. That's really good. I guess you can just pick dupes or whatever, but if you're a new / returning player and you don't have many of these units, or you didn't get too good of luck on the draws, I would seriously consider getting Red Arthur, Blue Slater, Red Hauser definitely, and Green Jericho. Now, if you pulled any of the units that I just mentioned, that's good. You're pretty much free game, although I do think Red Gill, Green Lilia, and Green Valencia are pretty much the second best units on here, and maybe Green Helper. But right, the reason why I would say pick Red Arthur, because Red Arthur is very good, right? Many people use him on the mono red team, which really can't be ran anymore, but he's still very good because of this card right here. This card will go ahead and increase the basic allies of all stats on rank 2 of all ally stats on rank 2 by 20%, and then on rank 3 it increases basic stats by 30%, also granting debuff immunity, which is very powerful, right? So he's still a very good support type unit. His first skill isn't that crazy, disables recovery skills, but can still be useful, and he's also a human buffer because he increases human allies HP related stats by 15%, which is very good for humans, obviously, and he can be ran on the back with that passive, so very good. The second unit that I mentioned, Slater. Now, Slater is very good, although Slater, however, he's only useful in certain situations, right? So for the red demon, or I guess you could say the blue demon, whatever you want to call him, right? He's very good there, simply because of this card right here, I believe. Nope, wrong card. It's this one. This one has Sever. Now, Sever was buffed on global recently with a 3x crit chance instead of 2x crit chance. So he's able to crit like a beast even without his passive being procced, because the way his passive works is that if the enemy doesn't have an ult gauge in their ultimate move, doesn't have an orb in their ultimate move gauge, he increases his crit chance to 300% of its value. So very good. He basically guarantees a crit when they don't have any orbs in their ultimate move gauge. However, nowadays people do on PvP, so he's not really like the craziest there. However, in certain bosses, he's very clutch, and he's also very good on the reverse stages as well. So yeah, Slater would probably be the second best option, maybe even the third if you want to consider Hauser. Maybe Hauser is a little better than Slater, simply because he's a good farming unit for new players to the game. So if you pull him on the the steps before the guaranteed, now he's still amazing. I will say that he's still amazing. PvP, not so much, But in terms of like PvE content, he is still really, really good. If you're a new player, obviously you're gonna need new farming units. So on the first step, you got Blue Demon Melee, which pretty much is, you know, one of the best farming units as well. And then you also get Hauser. Now Hauser is good as well with him because of their Pierce composition. Now Hauser has shown a little bit of age, because now we have Rugal, who's very, very good, but Hauser has an advantage over even like Blue Demon Meliodas, being that both of his skills are AoE skills. So even if he gets this one, plus it has Sever on it, even if he draws this one, it's still an AoE. It's not powerful like this card right here if you increase his pierce rate with equipment. However, it's still very, very good to have another AoE skill in his deck, right? So it's very, very good in that regard, right? So now the last unit that I said, like the first, you know, out of the choices you should pick, is Green Jericho. I don't really have to explain much about Green Jericho. If you know, you know. But Green Jericho is a very, very good crit unit. She increases her crit chance, I believe, by 10. Okay, so it's 10% per her skill, right? So if you use any of her skills, she's increasing her crit chance by 10%, which is very, very amazing. She's good on guild boss. She can be used in PvP actually because of the buff she got with Red Jericho coming out. So if you're new to the game and you're on the 10th step, honestly, I would recommend probably picking Jericho out of all of them first, right? Jericho's very, very good. You don't want to just go for like Blue Hendrickson or like Red Gill off. You want to go for Green Jericho if you didn't pull her in the steps prior to this. So very good. I myself will be picking Green Jericho. I don't have all of the units here like level 86 star awakened, so I really was hoping to pull Green Greymore, Red Gill, and Red Gilia, but that did not work out. I pulled Red Arthur 3 times and I already had him. I literally already had him level 86 star awakened, so that was just 3 dupe coins. Unfortunately, I did not pull the units I really, really wanted to pull, but it's fine because I will be picking Jericho with the 10th step tomorrow, so it doesn't really matter. But hopefully I can, you know, on the last multi, pull at least one of these 3 units. That would be very, very, very dope if I could, but probably not, right? So again, Green Jericho probably the best choice out of all of them, just because Green Jericho is just that good, right? Green Jericho is very, very amazing. So again, you want to go ahead and pick Green Jericho. Very, very good green unit. Very, very good guild boss unit, and she can be used in PvP. So yeah, really good. All right, so the next choices I would say probably would be Valencia, because Valencia she's good for reducing damage, and she can also be used on a defense-based PvP team because of the passive that she has, which reduces their pierce rate by the amount of resistance she has. So that's very, very good. Imagine this could be used on the back. She would be one of the best, literally one of the best back units in the game because of that, but it doesn't. So she's good. But you want to be careful, because if you don't have a good defense-based team, then she's not good. I'm just gonna be honest with you, she's not that good. But Valencia's cool. Valencia's cool. Green Lily is literally just used to stall pretty much. Her passive is cool, decreases all enemies attack by 16%. Wish it was attack related stats, it would be better, but you can get what you get. But yeah, I definitely would probably just get them, like, if you don't have any of these units. Green Jericho, again, these guys are like second, right? I guess to say these girls are second. Elaine, you don't really need Elaine, to be honest with you. She's not really that helpful. Excuse me. She's not really that helpful at all. Like, I'm just gonna be completely honest. She doesn't have anything that special about her. I mean, she can, decrease skill ranks on her skill 1, and then, like, she's an ult deplete, but it's not that good. So, yeah, I mean, she does boost fairies, though. She has an Arthur's passive, but basically for fairies. Increases fairy allies HP related stats by 15%, right? So she basically has what Red Arthur has, but for fairies. And then, again, like I said, Green Helbram, literally just for guild boss. He doesn't really have any use outside of guild boss. Maybe reverse stages. Maybe. But then again, we have Red Helbram, who's a lot better than him. He's pretty much just a support type unit anyway, so it doesn't matter. I mean, he has a cool passive. He can heal for 100% of defense when his HP reaches 0. So he kind of has like a Liz mechanic, right? But he only heals for a certain amount. So it's not really that crazy. At the start of the game, it would have been insane, but not really that crazy anymore. And then he has a poison AoE, but it's kind of pointless on him. And then, yeah, again, he increases attack-related stats by 15, 20, and then 30%. So very good support move there. But otherwise, not that helpful. Not much I can really say about Hendrickson or Grandmore. Blue Hendrickson is not good, like, at all. Yeah, not at all. Green Grandmore, actually, even though he's pretty much one of the worst SSRs in the game, he has a very good stance, right? So assumes a stance which increases HP related stats by 12%, then the damage dealt by 30%. So it's very, very good. So he can do really good damage if he gets it up to like rank 3. However, the only problem is he has no attack. His attack stat sucks because he's meant to be a defensive unit, and he has this, right? And then his multiplier is so low, so like the damage that he's dealing won't even be that high. But he can remove stances, he can disable stance skills, so it's very, very cool, I guess. Like if he were just made a teeny bit better, I think he might be like usable, but it's just no. And then his passive, right, increases attack by a value equal to 30% of his defense. So the stronger his defense is, the better his attack will be. So there you go. But again, this stance is very, very cool. Like if this was on another unit, like in the future, if they make another unit with this actually would be very nice to have, right? Because it's increasing HP related stats by 18% and then damage dealt by 45%. So it would be very, very nice for 2 turns. And then on rank 3, 30% and then 75%, which is kind of crazy. But again, I know why they didn't make his attack stat high, because that would be like insanely broken if that were the case. But yeah, so Green Garrymore, like he's not like good, but I mean he's right. He's still one of the worst SSRs of the game, but yeah, you know. Red Gill can be usable. I mean, sure, he has this good stance as well, which taunts enemies and decreases damage taken by 30%. So it's a very, very nice stance. The only problem is that since Goddess Elizabeth, yeah, she removes stances, so that's the only thing with these stance units, including Grandmore. She kind of like cucks them a little bit, considering he's also a ready unit. So the chance of him patienceing her skill is kind of low, not gonna lie. But he can decrease damage taken by 75%, and then with that, his passive is very good because it increases his resistance by 10. So at max, you're getting 100% resistance increase, which is very, very powerful because it increases by an additional 50% if it is completely filled. So it's basically 100% at max. His resistance stat at base is like pathetic. It's like very, very sad, but it doesn't matter because if you're running him with like Droll or something, his resistance gets buffed by another 90%. So at the bare minimum, you're looking at 190% with his entire passive build and with Droll's resistance buff maxed. That's very, very strong. And then if you use the stance, then at that point he won't take damage. Like there's absolutely no way he's taking damage unless someone has Shattered, right? So yeah, Red Gila, again, not really that great. I mean, she can be used on the back for like demon raids because that's pretty much all she's usable for. Like she increases every ally's HP related stats by 15%. So again, another HP related stats buffer by 15%, like Arthur and Elaine, but instead she can only be used in deathmatch. So kind of cucks her a little bit, but that's alright, I guess. And then she removes buffs, which actually can be usable, but the only problem is, like, notably the only one who uses buffs is Goddess Elizabeth, and she's blue and Gilia's red. And then this is only single target. If this were AoE, not even gonna lie, if this was AoE, she kind of would be better because of the fact that she could just take off everyone's buff, right? She would even be able to counter mono red, which is very nice, but it's not. Like, it's only a single target, which sucks. And then she has a single target ignite skill, which again isn't like the craziest. I mean, sure, she can remove stances, but man, like, it's still meh, right? It's not that great. But yeah, so her ultimate is pretty cool, I guess, because she has an AoE spike card, but her crit chance isn't that high. So again, I think I went over everybody. I believe I did. Like Blue Hendrickson, he's just no. Like, this is a lifesteal card, which is kind of garbage, and then this is an ignite skill. Again, single target ignite skill, which is kind of garbage. Like, not that great. Then his passive increases the hero's recovery rate by 10%. No. So yeah, like Hendrickson, not the greatest. Actually, if I even had to say, I think Blue Hendrickson probably would be the worst out of the whole entire batch, even like worse than Fairy Hellbrum. And Fairy Hellbrum's useful in like the Guild Wars. He's not really useful anywhere, right? And Elaine not really that great either, but sure, right? Sure. So again, if I had to say, I would pick Jericho because Jericho's pretty much like the best unit out of all of the characters in the batch. Then it would have to probably go to Red Arthur, then Blue Slater. So those would probably be, oh, no. Jericho, Arthur, Hauser, right? Those would probably be my top 3 picks if I had to say so myself. You can pick whoever you want, but those would probably just be the best top 3 picks. Then it would go Slater, right? You could potentially put Slater over Arthur if you wanted to, because, you know, Slater's still good, but I would just put him over him because he's a good support unit. So it would go Slater, then it would probably have to go to Valencia, then Lilia, and then unfortunately, like, the rest are just like, oh, wait, I lied. Slater, Valencia, Lilia, then Gill Thunder, and then the rest are pretty much like the bottom of the barrel if you didn't pick up, like if you didn't get them on a step up banner. This banner treated me horribly. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a little salty. It treated me very, very poorly, which does suck, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. So hopefully you guys have been logging in consecutively, and you guys can get to the last step. If you're new to the game, go ahead and pick whoever you think is going to be best for you. Although I am going to say Jericho is still the best unit to pick, and of course you get all of these units for free, so it's very, very nice banner. So it's unfortunate that this banner is leaving tomorrow, but it was a cool banner while it was up for you know, the past 2 weeks, and we will get another banner similar to this with Denzel in the future. So yeah, that's, you know, look forward to that. But yeah, guys, as always, thank you so much for supporting the channel, watching the video. I love you all. With that said, I will see you all next time.